Sleep problems are running rampant right now. In our current era of COVID, political tumult, and social unrest, people who have never struggled with insomnia before are telling us that they are having a lot of problems with sleep. So here are a few tips if you're struggling with insomnia to help you manage your sleep better. Tip number 1, practice sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene is a phrase that psychologists and scientists use to describe a collection of behaviors that optimize sleep conditions. This includes things like not having caffeine in the afternoon, only using the bed for sleep and sex, not using screens within an hour of bedtime, maintaining a regular sleep schedule, and if you can't sleep, not tossing and turning, getting up and doing something else. So if you're struggling with sleep, the first thing you should try is implementing some of these behavioral changes to see if it makes a difference. If you've tried improving your sleep hygiene and it hasn't worked for you, here are some other tips that might help. Tip number 2, if you can't sleep because you're experiencing ruminating thoughts, write down whatever is on your mind. Our brains tend to cling to things when they feel like those things have nowhere else to go. So if you get them out onto paper, it can help you fall asleep. So for example, if you're lying in bed thinking about the 3 things that you need to add to your grocery list tomorrow, write those things down and then your brain can let go of them. If you're lying in bed thinking about climate change and experiencing a lot of panic about that, spend a little bit of time journaling, because then at least those thoughts are somewhere else. Tip number 3, focus on your breathing. Deliberately slow down and deepen your breath. In a few weeks, I'm going to do a series of videos that are just focused on breathing techniques that you can use, but here's one that I really like. Inhale to a count of 3, exhale to a count of 4. Inhale to a count of 4, exhale to a count of 5, and so on and so forth, so that you're making your breath slower and deeper as you go about it. And before you know it, as your breathing gets slower and deeper, you may just fall asleep. Tip number 4 is about eliminating barriers by attending to your basic needs. If you're lying in bed thinking, I have to pee, but you're putting that off because you're so tired you don't want to walk to the toilet, having to pee is going to keep you awake. So make sure that if your body is telling you you need something, whether it's going to the bathroom, eating some food, taking an aspirin for a headache, that you're attending to those needs. If you have back pain, maybe get up, do a few stretches, whatever it is that you need in order to eliminate the barriers between your basic needs and your ability to fall asleep. And finally, tip number 5, try what therapists call a paradoxical intervention. What that means is doing the opposite of what you're trying to achieve. If what you're trying to do is fall asleep, and you've tried everything in the book and it's not working, it might be time to get out of bed and kind of give up. You tell yourself, this isn't happening right now. And so instead of trying to make myself sleepy, I'm going to go reorganize my bookshelf, or I'm going to write in a journal, or I'm going to go organize a junk drawer. Choose something that doesn't involve a screen because you don't want to make your situation worse, but essentially throw in the towel and focus on a task that isn't trying to fall asleep. And once your focus is off of trying to get yourself to sleep, your body will naturally start to feel tired. The reason this works is sometimes the thing that stops us from being able to sleep is anxiety about how little sleep we're going to get. So if you're lying in bed and you're thinking, it's midnight, I have to be up at 6, I'm only going to get 6 hours of sleep. Now it's 12:30, now I'm only going to get 5.5 hours. That anxiety is actually becoming the thing that keeps you awake. So by focusing on something else and doing a different task that isn't too mentally stimulating, but also isn't trying to manufacture sleep, you free yourself up to let your body take its natural progression towards falling asleep. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I look forward to seeing you soon.